This October marks the first annual National Women in AI Month. Artificial intelligence is one of the fastest growing industries today. However, like many other STEM fields, there seems to be a lack of gender diversity in the field. A recent study shows that only 20% of women receive a computer science degree. Joining me now is Professor Dorothy Lianlian Jiang, the Co-Director of Human-Centered A.I. Institute with the U of H Bauer College of Business. Good morning, and thank you for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me for this great opportunity.
Yeah, so we now have an entire month dedicated to encouraging women to pursue careers in AI technology in ways that can highlight female role models in AI and inspire more women to pursue careers in the field. Why do you think this is so important?
Oh, this is actually a very great question. This is very important to me. Highlighting female roles in AI can really make a huge difference for women considering a career in this field. Let's think about it. When young women see themselves who just look like them succeeding in this field, it helps them visualize themselves in those positions. So I can see having a role model definitely make the goal of achieving success in AI field like more attainable. It's not that intimidating. It's not really a far off dream.
Yeah, representation does matter. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if she can do it, definitely I can do it.
For sure. Yeah. Can you give some examples of any prominent women in the AI industry?
Yeah, the first person I can think of, she's a cool professor at Stanford University. Her name is Fei Li. I think maybe some of you are familiar with that, with her, and she's also the co-director of the AI Center at Stanford University. She has done some great work in computer vision, and her work really transformed how AI models understand and recognize images.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges right now for women trying to enter the AI-related fields?
Just like what you mentioned earlier. So the first hurdle I can think of is just the lack of representation and visibility. You just don't really see many women in leadership roles or in technical positions in AI. And then you have a feeling that you don't really belong here. It's like if you walk into a classroom and you see nobody looks like you, like everyone is a male, and it just gave you a feeling that maybe it's not a great fit for you. You should consider a different major.
Yeah.
I was majoring in computer science first. So when I started out, the ratio between men and women in my class is like 1:5.
Yeah. So how does that change, though? What can universities do? What can the University of Houston do to be more inclusive of women in these roles?
Yeah, I think the first important thing is like changing the culture. So it should give us a feeling that like women are welcomed, and also they should get a feeling that so is within your touch. And what university can do is they can offer some intro level classes for different majors that they're related to AI. So then once they get some hands-on experience, they feel, oh, coding is not that intimidating.
Well, yes. So speaking of coding, what are some of the skill sets, maybe in addition to coding, that people would need to have to enter this field? Like if somebody is seeing this and saying, okay, I'm a woman, I would pursue something like that, but what does it take?
So first of all, I would think it would be like technical skills. You definitely need a solid foundation in things like programming, data analysis, and machine learning concepts. For example, Python is a big one, and also some libraries like a TensorFlow for training your data. And also math is very important. You need to figure out what's behind the scene, like a linear algebra and stats. It really helps you understand what's going on under the hood.
All right, we're running out of time so quickly. What advice do you have for women who might want to pursue a career in AI?
Yeah, I think this is really a great field, and the good thing is it's evolving all the time. So actually, that don't really make you feel, oh, you don't belong here if you really think about it. So it's not like everyone, especially your peers, like your male peers, they know everything. they don't really know because it's evolving, it's changing all the time. So the first advice I will give is just don't feel this field is just a male-dominated field. It's not a place arena for me, for all the women. And the second thing, just don't really need to start very big. You can just start with some projects and play with data, get some hands-on experience.
All right, Professor Dorothy Lianlian Jiang, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for that insight.